Hey guys, it's Danielle. I am going to do a video on our school schedule for this year. So I have finished planning out our 2015-2016 school schedule, and so I thought I would show you guys our schedule and what we use to plan out our year. So I am not a huge planner. I'm not one of those people that get the cutesy little planners and plan things out and go into super details. That is not me. If I have a schedule in front of me and I'm not on schedule, it stresses me out. So I have found that it is much easier for me to just freestyle it rather than having like this detailed planned out schedule. However, we have 3 little ones now, and our desire is to grow our family. And so, with that being said, I needed some type of schedule for this school year just so I can have some type of organization and know if I'm going left or right or whatever. So I wanted to find a schedule that would fit into our lifestyle and just kind of fit us as a family. So I went on a search and came across edsnapshots.com. It's edsnapshots.com. And she had a homeschool planner on her website. So she's a homeschooling mom, and she has a ebook that you can purchase for about $15 or so. And in that book, she talks about organizing your homeschool, different types of schedules, and she gives you these different types of planning pages and worksheets and all of these different things. So I went ahead and purchased that because I thought, okay, the type of scheduling she is talking about might actually fit for our family. And so the book is called Plan Your Year. And so this is what the cover page looks like. And so I went and bought this, just a basic green binder, inexpensive. My plan is to put 2015, 2016 right here. I haven't done that yet. And so my plan is to keep this as kind of a yearbook. So throughout the year, I'm going to add in worksheets that I feel like are worthy of keeping, pictures they've drawn, papers they've written, just different things like that to kind of fill this up and kind of make this our yearbook. So I have kept things in the past, but not in this type of organized way. So hopefully this will work for us. We'll like it, and we will continue to do this. So anyway, her ebook is about 78 pages, and I read that. Very good information, and I really liked it. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of show you guys and show you how we've planned out our year. So the first page of our book is our vision page. So she recommends that everybody has a vision for their homeschool, which is obviously very important. And so she talked about sitting down and figuring out what your vision is, and then what your mission is, what your goal is, and having that on paper. So we already knew what our goal was, what our mission was. We already had a vision for our homeschool. We did that when we first decided to homeschool. And so on this page I have our motto, which is I am, I can, I will. I got that from Charlotte Mason. Read her book when I first decided to homeschool and really loved that motto. So that has been our homeschool motto from day one. This year I'm going to add Mary Poppins, which is everything that has to be done can be done with fun. Something to that degree. That's probably not exact. But I'm going to add that to our motto. So basically to remind us that no matter what we need to get done, no matter what we have to do, we can have fun. We can make it fun and really have fun. And so I'm going to add that to our motto. And then I have our mission, and our mission for homeschooling our kids is for them to be well-rounded, well-adjusted, and compassionate individuals. We want them to love reading and to have a love for learning that continues throughout a lifetime. So not just learn K through 12 and if they decide to go to college, but basically to have a love for learning and a passion to learn. So that is our mission for them For us, our religion is compassion and kindness. That's what we like to say is our religion. And so we want our kids to understand that God made everybody unique and everybody different, but he made everybody equally, and he loves everybody the same. And so we want our kids to know that although they might believe different from you or think different from you or have a different lifestyle, if it is not affecting you or harming your family or anything in that kind of way, then it is okay to have compassion, to be kind, and to show respect to that person. So that is kind of what one of our reasons and missions for homeschooling. So anyway, that's neither here nor there. But I have that on here. And then I have like little bullet points of different reasons why I have chosen to homeschool. So that's my very first page. And that is because on those days that it is hard, because it will be hard, and you guys that homeschool know that there are days that it's hard. And on those days where I'm like, why am I doing this? And I'm like, all right, everybody's going back to school tomorrow. I'm signing all of y'all up for school tomorrow. I have this as my first page where I can go through and be like, okay, just breathe, Tanya. This is why you're doing this. This is your goal. You can have fun. And I can tell myself I will get through this rough day or rough spot or whatever. So that is my very first page. Then my next page is just blank notes to take notes maybe throughout the day, or something that I saw that I want to remember, maybe something they did in school that I need to remember for the next day, or whatever kind of note I need to take. I have some blank note pages. Then I get to our first tab, and the first tab is all about the year. So basically, I have a calendar. She recommends that you sit down and go through your school year and mark out days that you know you're going to be taking off. So holidays, birthdays, whatever, and go ahead and mark those days out. So we're going to do 6 weeks on, 1 week off. We really enjoyed schooling all year round, and so we're going to kind of stick to that. So I circled our first day that we're going to officially start back, which will be August 17th. And then I went ahead and counted my 6 weeks and crossed off the week that we would be off. And then I went through after I did that and crossed off any holidays that didn't fall on that 1 week off that we might want to take off. So I did that, and once I got through all of that, that left us with 192 days. Our state requires 180 days. So that gives me 12 days of wiggle room. Somebody gets sick, or we want to take an extra day of vacation, whatever may kind of happen throughout the year, we kind of have those 12 days to play with. So I have that, and then I have monthly calendars. So I'll use these to do my menu planning. I'll use these to write down any field trips that are going to come up during the month, any doctor's appointments, anything that is not a routine scheduled thing, I'll put on these calendars. So I have that. And then my second tab is our attendance record. So that's pretty straightforward. Then I have our daily plan. So this is our daily schedule. So the way she talks about scheduling is, rather than doing, from 8 to 9, we're going to do math. And then 9:15 to 10:45, we're going to do reading or whatever, is to do block scheduling. So I really love that. So block scheduling is basically saying we're going to set aside this amount of time to do this particular thing. And so that works great for us, because one day we might be up at 8 o'clock in the morning. The next day we might be up at 10 o'clock in the morning. So rather than me being like, holy crap, it's 9 o'clock, we got to get started, we got to get going, I can relax and just know that, okay, this is what I have blocked off for this amount of time. So, for example, after we do our morning routine, our first block will be math. So once everybody's done their morning routine, we will get started on math. We'll have about an hour and a half set aside for math time. So I know for the first hour and a half is math. Then after that hour and a half, we'll move to morning circle time. And that for us will include reading out loud, memory verses. We're working on Proverbs right now, doing a nature walk, so forth and so on. And then after that block, we'll have an English block. Then our next block will be loop scheduling, which if you guys are not familiar with loop scheduling, she has an awesome video on explaining what loop scheduling is. So definitely check that out. And then we'll end our day with circle time, which will be reading out loud, copy work, drawing, coloring, and they'll get to play on their video games. And so that is how our daily, what our day will look like. Mondays we have co-op, and then Tuesdays I kind of have what resource we'll be using and so forth and so on. So that's our daily plan. Then our next sheet is my loop scheduling sheet. And I've laminated this sheet so that I can write on it. So loop scheduling is basically when you group a certain amount of subjects together and you loop them. So basically our loop is going to be geography, science, and social studies. Well, kind of like, it's like a combination of social studies and character building. So kind of a combination of those things. So anyway, those are going to be our loops. So basically with looping, you'll say, okay, we set an hour aside for these 3 subjects. Well, we might get through geography in 15 minutes that day, and then we can move on to science. And then science might take 45 minutes, which means we didn't get to our social studies. So then the next time we do our loop, we'll start with social studies. And then we'll go to, geography or whatever I have next. So basically what I'm going to do is when we do one, I'm going to cross it off to know, okay, we did that. And then once I cross everything off, I know, okay, it's time to move on to our next loop. But anyway, check out her website for more details on loop scheduling. So I have that as our next page. Then I have our weekly planner. And so on here, this is basically everything that is set in stone that we will do every single week outside of the house. So these are outside activities. So Mondays we have co-op. Then Tuesday, my older daughter has horseback lessons and 4-H. Then Wednesdays, she has theater. They have music lessons. And then Thursday, we have science outside of the house. So then Friday is open for us for field trips or extra work that we didn't get finished that week. They might take an art class. I haven't decided because right now I feel like we are overbooked, but we shall see. So that is the next page. Then I go to my third tab, and on that third tab, I have our family skills tracker. So what this sheet is to kind of track whatever skills you are trying to build. So I will probably use this more so for my younger two. So for example, cutting. They might be working on cutting. And I can put that down. I can put the progress they're making. I can put the resource that I've been using, any notes, whatever the case may be. So that's that sheet. And then the next one is my resource planning list, which is going to be great for me because I like to use Pinterest for a lot of things. So what I can do is I can put what I saw, like, oh, I saw Martin Luther King worksheet. And then I could put, I'm going to need that by such and such date. And then I can put where I saw it online. So, whatever website or whatever board I pinned it on or whatever. So this gives me the opportunity to plan resources that I'm going to need throughout the year. So that's a great sheet. Then my last few tabs, so starting at tab 4, is all about each kid has their own tab. So I'm just going to show you Jaden's. So it starts with their goals worksheet, and it basically has her strengths and then things that she needs to improve and then goals. So she talked about in her book with goals, not to say something like by the end of May, I want her to know all of her division facts. Instead of saying that, because you can take a horse to water, but you can't make the horse drink. So you can provide your child with all of the curriculum, all of the teaching, all of the worksheets and everything, flashcards, whatever. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to have all of this by this particular day. So what she suggests is to break that goal down. So I want her to know her division facts. So she's going to spend 15 minutes every day working on division. That's the goal, to spend 15 minutes every day working on the vision. So I have different goals here that she will be working on. I want her to write a poem once a week. I want her to do a research paper once a month, read at least one book a month. So just different goals that she will be having to work on throughout the year. And each kid has this under their tab. And then the next one is her course of study. So this is all of the courses that she will be studying: math, spelling, history, geography, science, grammar, and writing. Then I have the amount of times we'll do those per week, and then the curriculum that we will be using. So each kid has a course of study because they're all in different grades. So some of them are learning things that the other ones are not. So this is a great way for me to keep track of what subject each kid is doing. Then I have a curriculum resource page. So basically on this page, I'll write the subject and then the resource that we're using. I didn't fill this out because it's kind of the same as the course of study. So I don't know if I'll use that page or not. But basically each child has that same thing under their tabs. And like I was saying, my goal is to add worksheets and papers and drawings that they do to this book, so to kind of keep it as a portfolio yearbook type thing for them in an organized way. Because like I said, I have all their papers, but they're like just in a pile, in a box, and in a bin. So this will be a way to kind of keep it nice and organized and neat. So that is what our school schedule is going to look like this year, and the resource that I use to plan our schedule. So again, I used the planner from edsnapshots.com, edsnapshots.com, and it's called Plan Your Year. And so far I like it. So we shall see. So anyway, that's it. If you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them. You can also chat with me on Instagram. I hope to do a live video, so go to my Instagram and keep a lookout for me to post when I will do that. So I don't know, maybe to answer some questions that you guys have and all that good fun stuff. But anyway, that's it. I will talk to you guys soon. Don't forget to subscribe.